Hey friends, it's Whitney, your host with Needles Embroidery. Today I am bringing you another quick video on an applique, start to finish. And I've already stitched out my number 4 for this birthday t-shirt. And I'm using my double curved scissors to trim around all of the excess fabric. And as you can tell, as I pull away from I pull up on the excess fabric and then I cut really close to the stitches, but I don't cut through the stitches. Okay, that's really important that when you're doing this step, you keep in mind that if you cut the stitches, it may start to fray and then even bubble up. So it could potentially cause a problem. I have prepped all my fabric pieces with the Pellon Wonder Under, and I am loving this new technique that I've been using for my applique designs, because when I'm done, I can iron over the top of everything and it is beautiful. It just looks beautiful at the very end. There is hardly any bulk to the shirt just because Wonder Under is extremely thin and the drape of the Wonder Under mimics the fabric that I use. So if you haven't given Wonder Under a try, I would highly encourage you to do so. Here I am using my Tula scalpel. It's like a seam ripper combination. I use it for everything, but I just make a little hole in the fabric layer that's on top and start cutting really slowly to make sure that I don't get the shirt that's underneath. And sorry I went off screen. I try to be really good at not doing that, but every once in a while I get kind of caught up in what I'm doing. So went ahead, did the satin stitch and the name because I don't like having my 10 needle machine have to jump through so many stitch lines or needles going back and forth between colors. So I try to put all the colors that I can together, really close together. So I do all my purple and then I'll do my yellow, and I'll try to match a yellow thread, like put it really close to the next thread color so my machine doesn't have to travel, because all that vibration actually does harm to the machine. So just keep that in mind when you are running your machine, that you will take the time to really consider placement of your thread. Okay. A lot of times I put multiple layers down at once and then cut and then put the fast frame back on the machine and do several more layers. I really don't like having to take the fast frame off the bracket for every single layer of fabric that I do. So when I go through layers, I really concentrate on the placement, the how often do I have to take it off the machine. Sometimes I even try to cut the fabric on the machine just to keep me from having to take it off. And that may be laziness, but I consider it to be smart because it's time consuming having to take it off and put it back on and take it off and put it back on. So that may be another option for you if you're using fast frames, even hoops. Okay, this technique of doing multiple layers at the same time and then taking it off, cutting what you can, and then putting your hoop or fast frame back on your machine. So this mat right here, I've had several of you comment on where I get my mat. This is just a mat that I bought at Walmart. It was like less than $5, I think. And it's in the laundry section back in the back of Walmart. Well, it is at mine anyway. But it's just called laundry. It's just called ironing mat. And it had these, what were they? Magnets on all four corners, and you can actually stick this thing on top of your dryer and iron your clothes that way. I think that's pretty smart. However, I don't do that. I use it for my embroidery. And the reason why it's folded up is because if I, sometimes I'll do like 2-layer fold instead of a 4-layer fold. But if it's single layer across my cutting mat, the heat will still go through my mat, and I don't want it to warp my cutting mat. Those things are expensive, and I've gone through 2, so I don't want to have to buy another one. Thankfully, this one was a birthday gift from my parents, but yeah, they get expensive. Don't want to do that. So play it smart, fold it in in half or even in fourths, and enjoy your cutting mat on your desk instead of having to pull out your ironing board every single time. So I'm using a really fun black material. I bought this material several years ago, but it kind of has a snake print feel vibe. I don't know, like faux print to it, faux snake print to it, and I think it's really cute. And I try to do the little boots in it and the mask of this little girl, this bat girl, and it turned out really cute. The only thing is that you have to be really careful with the iron because it will melt it. It's not cotton, it's like a polyester blend, synthetic type stuff. So, and even with the Wonder Under, you're seeing it right now, it still frays. So I wasn't quite happy with the material fraying, but I was excited about the look that it gave the little bat girl. I think she's super cute. So there she is, all finished up, and the little bat on the number 4 I digitized it to match what the mother wanted. So now I'm going to cut really close to my satin stitches, but I'm not going to cut into the stitches, otherwise it will start unraveling. And I really like to do this on the hoop or on the stabilizer. Goodness, this pregnancy brain. I'm sorry. I really like to cut the medium weight stabilizer away while it's on the fast frame, just because if I do accidentally nick something, I can put it right back on the machine and go right over the top of where I made the mistake, which I rarely ever do, but in the case that it does happen, you want that option, okay? So I'm cutting, like I said, extremely close. This will prevent you from being able to see the medium weight stabilizer through the t-shirt. No one likes to see that. And when I see it on shirts, to me, it just says unprofessional and amateur, okay? So take the time to cut around each applique, each name, and make it look really sharp. There's no reason for a square cut of stabilizer. And guys, when I first started, I had no idea. And after I made a t-shirt a long time ago for my sister-in-law, it was one of her gender reveal shirts. I was so embarrassed. I couldn't even post pictures after I saw it in person and on her. I was just like, what? It looked so bad. And that was when I had just really begun embroidering, and I was still trying to learn things and figure it out. So take it from me, don't be embarrassed by your work and just do a good job so you can be proud of everything and post everything. Um, yeah. I think I got that point across. And even to myself, I even now thinking about it makes me a little ill. It's like, oh man, and she had to wear it. Bless her heart. She's too sweet to tell me that it looked bad. I am using my fingers to put pressure on the stabilizer, the sticky back stabilizer, and by doing this and kind of pushing the applique down through the stabilizer, it pulls it away. It pulls the shirt away, and then there's not as much residue left. Sometimes I still get pulling or where the stabilizer kind of like piles up or it separates, and then it has a lot of difficulty coming off the t-shirt. Of course, it'll come off once it's washed, but you know, if I wash the shirt, it's considered to be a used shirt. So you have to let your customers do that. But I just kind of pull the shirt down and make a pocket of air and try to get as much of that stabilizer up as I can. Sometimes it comes off really easy, and then sometimes I have a little bit of struggle. But I never put a lot of pressure onto the shirt itself when I put the shirt on to the fast frame and the stabilizer, because I want it to be able to come off easily. So that's just a little tip. Once I flip this right side out, I realized that I forgot to do the tender touch or the Skin So Soft on the inside. So that will go on the inside, and I round the corners so they don't pull up or kind of peel up after the shirt has been washed. And I hope I did for this video. Usually I do round my corners, but sometimes I forget to round my corners. But the corners, when they're rounded, it does keep it from pulling away from the shirt as easily and rolling up. All right, guys, that is it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. The shirt was super fun to put together for Chloe, and I wish her happy birthday on her 4th birthday. Thank you so much for watching. Like this video and give me a thumbs up. If you did, leave comments in the comment section below, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye! Alright guys, I have a few more videos for you to choose from in the boxes below. Be sure to check those out before you head on over to someone else's page. Show the love from me by watching one more video. Just one more. Thank you guys, and I will see you all later. Bye!